So, to everyone watching this who already knows me, hi. And for those of you who don't know me, my name's Lewis, I'm 18, I'm a chemistry nerd, and I have a passion for graphic design. I'm gonna start by telling a shortened version of my story, I guess. When I was 13, I discovered that I am transgender. The word transgender is kind of an umbrella term, so it can mean a lot, but for me particularly it means that the body that I was born with doesn't match the gender in my brain. So in my case, I was born with a female body, but I actually identify as male. As a result of this clash between the gender in my brain and the gender of my body, I experience what's known as gender dysphoria. It's hard to explain to people and it's different for everyone, but for me personally, it's a disconnect and a confusion. When I look at myself in the mirror and I can see my body and I can see my chest, I don't recognize myself. I don't recognize what I see, and it always catches me off guard. I've been experiencing this since I was 13 and it still gets to me every time. It's not me. I guess the easiest way for you to understand it is if you imagine you wake up tomorrow in the body of someone of the opposite gender. You look in the mirror and you wouldn't recognize who you are, except that's like it for me every day. Personally, my gender dysphoria is really heavily based around my chest. Obviously having a female body, it means that I have a female chest. It's something I struggle with a lot, and as a result, I've quit doing a lot of the things that I love because of this mental disconnect that I feel. I used to be a competitive swimmer, and now I can't even put on bathers and go to the beach or just swim in a pool with some friends because of how uncomfortable and difficult it is for me. It stopped me from taking part in team sport because I know participating in men's team sport, there's going to be situations where I have to take my top off, whether it's just in the change room, and it's not something that I can do. Since I was 13 and I worked out that I was trans, I've been saving some of my fortnightly pocket money and my Christmas and birthday money because I knew even then that I wanted what's known as top surgery. So top surgery is essentially a double mastectomy, and it will give me a flat chest. It will let me do all those things that I've stopped doing. I'll be able to look in the mirror and actually recognize what I see. I'm making this video because I need your help. For whatever reason, the Australian government doesn't consider this surgery to be medically necessary, so they don't cover it. I have my surgery booked for the 5th of July in Melbourne with Dr. Andrew Ives, and while I'm incredibly excited, I'm also really nervous because I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it. I need about $13,000 for this surgery. The surgery itself is just under $12,000. That includes the anaesthetist and the hospital stay, but that only includes one night in hospital. If I need to stay any longer, then I need to pay extra, and that doesn't take into account that I need flights and accommodation. My parents and I, we've managed to raise just over $6,000, but it's still a long way off what I need. I don't expect you to understand what it feels like to be in my position, but just know that even the smallest donation, you're truly changing someone's life. I could never express how grateful I will be once I get this surgery, once I look in the mirror and it's my body. I actually see myself. So for those of you who need a bit of an incentive to donate, I mentioned earlier that I do some graphic design. There's a link in the description where you can see some of my work. I'm actually offering a graphic design consult and a product, like a poster or a business card or an invitation to anyone who donates $50 or more. If you want this, then just with your donation leave a little note saying graphic design consult and the best way to contact you. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched this, and a massive thank you to anyone who donates. I can't even begin to express my gratitude enough. Thank you so much. It really means the world to me. Thank you.